I remember being curious and impressed by this movie the very first time I saw it, and even a second or third time after that. And there's a whole lot to get into to talk about this one, Pleasantville from 1998. I want to give a rest in peace to Paul Walker, and also to keep this current and more recent. Also, a rest in peace to Michelle Trachtenberg and Gene Hackman. But with all that said, Avi, what is your opening take on Pleasantville?
Well, I thought first time when it first came out, even I thought it's very something very dumb looking, but hard to be alive in that modern life. So tired, but even it's I feel like I always be addicted to watching shows about being very knowledgeable, like Tobey Maguire is, like being very a film historian, but he's not very knowledgeable about the fictional sitcom about called Pleasantville. Because even though that's what it shows about and the two siblings are fighting each other for television, but unexpectedly, we didn't know the unexpected call that man came and played by Don Knotts. You know, also the TV.
Wait, back, slow down. What part did he play? I know he was in this, but what part did he play again?
The repairman.
The repairman. Wasn't he in shows in the 60s and 70s?
Three's a Company.
Yeah, he was in Three's Company, and even stuff before that.
Even the one he does in the Disney live action, also like Apple Dumpling Gang type.
Yeah. I don't know about the animated those things you just mentioned there, but go back for a sec to Three's Company. He was pretty funny in Three's Company.
Yeah, it's another sitcom series.
Yeah.
It's like a homage about you watch all the sitcom series.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitcom world.
Right. Now this movie Pleasantville, it falls under a whole bunch of different genres. Fantasy, drama, comedy, teen,
and romance, and sometimes romance,
and romance, all that kind of stuff. Now, before we get too into this, how would you describe what the plot or story is to the audience?
Because the story about two siblings fight over for the same television for one night only. But you didn't unexpected. There's a repairman came with a television remote. But after they fight over, so all of a sudden the remote suddenly teleport them to the TV world.
Okay.
It's like a John Ritter movie called Stay Tuned.
Okay.
And that's where they don't know how they interacted. Now they're all like a black and white type.
Okay. Before we get too far into this. How do the two teenagers from the 90s, how do they get into the 50s? What exactly transports them?
They found over that magic remote control type.
Oh, a TV controller does it. Wow. Okay, that's so cool. That's neat. Okay, so they're from the 90s, they go into a black and white 50s TV show, and that's where they meet all these characters that get changed by the people from the 90s?
Because they want to do it the Pleasantville is very too very almost a very old style even there's in the series there's no mention about going outside the town about and there's nothing and they sort of give us for a breakfast scene they give us something very junk food type that's very unhealthy.
Okay.
And also, and sometimes and there's also all the town is very normal. And the funny part is the firemen instead of fighting fires, they just rescue just cats trapped in the roof, trapped in the ceiling.
Right, yeah.
Or trees. Is that how you do that? It's like in the Twilight Zone type of story.
The Twilight Zone from the 1960s. That was a really well done show.
Yeah, and also and sometimes and also too bad they show something about and there's also about classes. There's no words on it. They don't understand.
Okay, no words.
No words on the book about something until what. But then Reese Witherspoon decided they wanted to change something else about very modern ways.
Right.
Giving sex or something. That's where that's a.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon got a lot of parts in the late 90s.
Well, first she actually starts off as a child in the early '90s, but
in the early '90s, she had that one movie where she was really young.
Man in the Moon.
Yeah, that's the one. She was in the Man in the Moon in the early '90s. What's that?
It's her first movie.
Yeah. Like in her first movie there, and then in the late '90s, she got like all these different parts.
Yeah, and then the 2000 again becomes a star in the 2000, like Legally Blonde.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Supposedly they're working on a Legally Blonde 3 movie with her, but I don't even know if it's actually coming out or if they actually worked on it.
Yeah, even now the Amazon bus still bought the MGM because the MGM is owned.
You're saying Legally Blonde is MGM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I'm wondering if Legally. Can you look up real quick if Legally Blonde 3 has a release date? Because I know they've been working on it, but it seems to never know what the release date and when it's supposed to come out is.
Legally Blonde 3.
Legally Blonde 3 with Reese Witherspoon.
It didn't say, but like.
I was gonna say they probably don't even have a release date yet.
Yes, Legally Blonde 3 is in development, but the release date has been delayed.
Huh. Delaying is not a good sign. Not a good sign to be delayed, but okay.
It's like development hell type.
Oh, wow, that's what it sounds like, yeah. Not surprising. Okay. So back to Pleasantville. What else do you think the audience should know about this movie that we haven't yet talked about?
Well, even there's a casting, William H. Macy and Joan Allen.
Wait, I know who William H. Macy is, but who is this other guy?
The wife.
Oh, Joan Allen, the actress. Oh yeah, so what else has she been in?
Face Off and Ice Storm and the board supremacy. Season.
Oh, all those kind of different things.
And the Notebook.
Oh, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so her character in the movie, I thought it was interesting when she was in her house by herself and she discovered
like a housewife type of person.
Yeah. As a housewife, I thought it was funny when she discovered in her bathroom about like being in the bathtub.
Sexual.
Yeah, in the tub. Yeah. I'm like, okay, she discovered that from being by herself. That's interesting.
And also is in there about that there's something she wants something changes, so that's when she decided to instead of being with her husband, now it looks like she's meet with the diner owner played by Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, that's right. Jeff Daniels is also in this. Yeah.
Because even something it's first half of the sitcom is like a very normal times. From the two siblings teleport world actually got something changed like. It's like there's something about how everything's transitioned to color.
Like, right. Oh yeah, what was that? What is that? Yeah, that's a good point. What does that mean when certain parts transition to color? What does that mean?
It's something about releasing emotions type.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's why I liked it when I first saw it. I'm like, why is the black and white turning into color? I'm like, there's so much like going on with all that.
It's like people get something emotion from sexual escapades and
right.
then.
Oh yeah, I like the river or the lake or whatever. That's where all the teenagers would go to have dates.
Yeah, they have dates and they know how it feels like, and also about like another thing was also changes about they first have the diner feels they want to discover artwork.
Oh, and artwork also. Okay.
Like modern art.
Nice, yeah.
And also, it's just like a Back to the Future type of story, the boy from the '80s and a modern time actually going to the past, and they saw something like old style, except they do something adult themes.
Right, exactly. Well, exactly. Now, that reminds me. Speaking of Back to the Future, God willing, if you're available, hopefully if you're available in June or July, I'd like us to do we've already done it on the Spotify audio only podcast, but I thought we could do in June or July a Back to the Future 40th anniversary.
Well, yeah, for this summer, okay.
Yeah, it's turning 40 this summer. Yeah, Back to the Future came out the month and year of my birth. It came out on July 3rd, 1985, and I know you're also a July baby as well. And so by the time it's July 3rd, it'll be 40 years old, like us. Well, you're a few years younger than me, but you get the idea. We're both July. But yeah, Back to the Future 40th. But let me not get too far ahead of myself. I'm trying to focus. Pleasantville. What else? There's so much more involved with this movie. There's some more characters or actresses we haven't mentioned yet.
Well, even there's the last film ever for the actor is J.T. Walsh.
Who was he? I don't know who that guy is.
He's some character actor that does something like a cowardly villain type of role, like since he started from the '80s.
He was in stuff from the '80s. Is he still around?
80s and 90s.
Is he still around now or no?
He died in '98, same time as Pleasantville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that actor. Okay.
Well, if J.T. Wells, his other credits, he's in like a Backdraft and something like Renegotiator and Breakdown and
Okay.
yeah, big guy. And something like and there's a movie called Nixon with,
Oh,
with
okay.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, okay. You always like to get those presidential connections in there.
And also, Joel Allen and William H. Macy will later start team together again in 2015 called Room with Brie Larson
Oh, okay.
as the parents of that girl who has been kidnapped to death.
Hi, everybody. This is Newscast. I'm in here now, too. Hi, everybody. So this movie, like, it's so interesting, but, like, just because it's been out so long, I just want us to we'll go back to the beginning and middle in a sec, but jump to the ending because I haven't seen it in a while. How did this movie end? How did those the two teenagers from the 90s make it back to the 90s from the 50s?
For 50s, well, turns out Reese Witherspoon decided to stay in that world.
Oh, she wants to stay there?
Because in the beginning she's very rebellious type, but in the real world they want to go out to date. But now when she's in the TV world, now she becomes very educational.
Okay, so did she end up staying?
Because that's this whole movie is very too many plot holes type.
We'll get into plot holes in a sec, but did she end up staying or going?
She ended up staying about now that.
Well, how did Tobey Maguire get back to the 90s?
By using the same remote.
The same remote. Okay, so he gets a remote, he wants to go back, she stays and does with teaching and education, and then you mentioned that there's multiple plot holes?
Well, because in the beginning, Pleasantville had no idea there's 8 people, they can't go out to Pleasantville, there's a single town. But for the basketball scene, how did they have a competing school come to Pleasantville?
How did the what? Say it again?
Yeah, other schools about a basketball team came to Pleasantville. There's no way to go out of Pleasantville for the outside.
Oh, that's a good point about that. That's a good point.
And also, and another thing about the mother, the actress who plays the sibling's mother, the Harley Jane Kozak, the mother plays in the Malcolm in the Middle. She doesn't don't know how long they've been trapped in the Pleasantville for, it's like she doesn't know about they've been missing for.
Oh, a missing thing? Yeah, that too, right. Okay.
Yeah. And so the second half of the movie, it turns very something like a civil rights moment.
Wait, what happened with the civil rights movement?
Because it's been separated, people are separated, the people are turned to color, like a Technicolor, and the other half like black and white. And it's turned like gun riots or something, and J.T. Wells plays like kind of mayor, become very dictator type.
All right, so this movie tries to get racial on us.
Yeah, it's just like they want to say keep an order in touch.
Oy vey, okay.
If I experienced first time I had that Pleasantville to have a real rain.
Right.
They didn't know what the rainstorm feels like.
Oh, okay, rainstorm. Wow. Were there any quotes in this movie that were memorable or not so much?
Let's think about honey, I'm home. Because it's a classic saying. If it's a sitcom. Well, hold on a second. The quotes. I did something. Well, Tobey Maguire and Joel Allen did work together previously a year before, called The Ice Storm.
Who did Tobey Maguire work with?
Joan Allen, the mother.
Oh, the mother there. Okay.
Okay. David went to the fire station and said, "Fire!" Nobody moves it, but he mentioned cat. Everybody gets on their feet. They don't know how to fight fire. They don't know what the real firemen be. How to fight fires.
They didn't know about that yet.
Mary Sue, Betty Parker said, "Mary Sue, yeah. What goes on up in the Lover's Lane? What do you mean? Well, you heard these things lately. Kids spending so much time up there. Is it holding hands? That kind of thing? Yeah, that and what? It doesn't matter. No, I want to know. Well, sex. Oh, what sex?
What? Somebody in there asked what sex?
Didn't know what sex about. And by the way, Another actress is in that movie. There's another actress you might know her. Her name is Mary Shelton or something.
Who was that? Who's that?
She's the actress who plays plays a girl in this movie. She plays a girlfriend to Tobey Maguire in the TV world.
But like, what else was she in? What did she do? What else?
She's the one who plays the Mary Peppercorn in Sandlot, the lifeguard.
I don't know Sandlot too well, but what else was she in?
Scream franchise and.
Okay. So what kind of character does she play in Pleasantville?
She plays the one of the girlfriend about to interact with the Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay.
Big Bob. Big Bob plays the mayor of the Pleasantville. You're out of order. Why am I out of order? Approaches Big Bob. Because I'm not going to let you turn this corner into a circus. Well, I don't think it's a circus. I don't think they do either. That turns to look at the crowd, where many of the black and white people are changing to color. I guess remember Jennifer Grins. This behavior must be stopped at once. But see, that's just a point. It can't stop at once because it's in you. You can't stop something that's inside you. But it is not inside me. Oh, sure it is. No, it is not. As far as speaks confidential with Michigan Screen.
Okay.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do to me right now? Come on, everyone is turning colors. Kids are making out in the streets. No one is getting their dinner. It's first for volunteer. Hell, you could have a flood any minute. Pretty soon, the women could be going off to work, while the men stay at home and cook. That is not going to happen. But it could happen. No, it could not. Big Bob suddenly turns pink as David grins. Because now that Big Bob turns color for himself.
Okay.
And Jennifer, this place gives me a quiz. Do you know that the books are blank? What? Yeah, I was in the library. I looked, and they have covers. There's nothing inside of them. What are you doing in the library? I got lost. Because there's no words about describe how they read.
Wow. Okay.
And so let's see. Let's get very soon. I think I should go home now. Why? What's wrong? I think I might be looking now ill. Something happening to me. Looking at it with it. That's supposed to happen. It is. Yeah, trust me. Skippy could be the one played by the late Paul Walker.
Yes. Paul Walker's in this. Yeah. Yes.
Because that's why the Tobey Maguire and Paul Walker become the big star in the early 2000s. Because Paul Walker for the Fast and the Furious franchise, and Tobey Maguire for the Spider-Man.
Exactly right. I mentioned Paul Walker in the beginning because I know he was in this and he had passed away.
Yeah. Hey, for Tobey Maguire and Eric Bana. Eric Bana is in Hulk is very too old to be a teenager, or he's like in the university level.
What's happening now with Eric Bana?
Well, I sent you a clip of the difference between the Spider-Man and the Hulk in 2003. For Eric Bana portrayal of the Hulk, is Eric Bana Eric Bana is like a post-teenage type before they play Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I thought I'd be imagining about Tobey Maguire should become a Hulk person to Spider-Man 3 about if he gets angry, turning green.
Okay, I'm not sure about the Spider-Man 3 angry thing part, but I did catch the clip you sent me of Eric Bana and that other actor that was in Hulk, where they were sitting down together at a table, and it was kind of felt like
Nick Nolte.
Yeah, Nick Nolte. Yeah, that's it, Nick Nolte. And it kind of felt reminiscent of like Dark Knight interrogation scene. I'm like, this is interesting. It's like, hey, I wonder if like Chris Nolan got like inspired by that scene in Hulk, and I'm like, they're so similar to each other.
Make it very darker. Very dark superhero type.
Yeah. Both seem dark. Yeah.
See, here's the part of the question. Hiya, bud. Hiya, Skip. Hiya, bud. Hiya, Skip. Bud, can I ask you a question? Sure. Well, if I was going to go to your sister, what I mean is, if I was to go up to Mary Sue, oh my God, are we in that episode? Because it's also have to be a classic episode of Pleasantville to know each line of character, but it's like this full story plot.
Okay.
Big Bob, up until now, everything around here has been, well, pleasant. recently certain things have become unpleasant. Now it seems to me that the first thing we have to do is to separate out the things that are pleasant from the things that are unpleasant.
Okay.
That feels like a very like civil rights type.
Oh yeah, you were telling me earlier about the civil rights part of that. Tell us some more about that.
Because after we thought the beginning was very normal, like in the 50s, but for the 60s, everything's about to be changed. Late 60s, like
Oh, okay.
something
Interesting.
about like diversifying. Yeah?
That's very interesting.
It becomes like how they now the books have been shown and they showed about jazz music they never listened to.
Okay.
Because the books they read is something like some mature books like Catcher in the Rye or the Huckleberry Finn. The books are banned in the libraries or at school.
Yeah, they're trying to ban kids because they don't want kids to. I don't think they should ban any books, honestly. But yeah, they try to ban kids so they don't get educated.
Right. TV repairman. Hey, who did Muffet take to the masquerade ball when her date came down with the measles? Her father. That's right. How'd she dress him? As Prince Charming. Nice. Remember the one where Bud lost his cousin when he was supposed to be watching him? Yep. What department store did they go to? McIntyre's. McGinty's. No, McIntyre's. Remember? Single Juice. For the very best in men's attire, head right down to McIntyre's. Smiles proudly. That's right. Looks through the data. Listen, why don't you take this remote instead? It's got a little more oomph to it. Oomph? Sure, big, beautiful, set like that. You want something to put you right in the show.
Okay.
As it takes the remote control, the room fills with supernatural flash lightning and the rumble of thunder. That's just something about magical could happen.
Okay.
TV remote.
All right. Interesting. Right. That's good. So that's some good quotes right there. Are there any more?
They're happy like this. No, David, nobody's happy in the poodle skirt and the sweater scent. Why do you feel like imagine about to be like so much very tight strict about if you live a normal life and like instead of going to outside to be a real experience.
Right, exactly. That with all the experiences all the characters have. That's why I like this movie. Like it's got like so much going on with it with all that kind of stuff.
Right. David says, "I know you miss her. I mean, you told me you did, but maybe it's not just the cooking or the cleaning that you miss. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you can't even describe it." Maybe you only know it when it's gone. Maybe it's like that there's a whole piece of you that's missing too. Look at her, Dad. Does she look pretty like that? Does she look just as beautiful as the first time you met her? Do you really want her back the way she was? Does she look wonderful? Now, don't you wish you could tell her that?
Nice. Wow. Whoever wrote these lines, they got some great lines in this movie.
The movie written and directed by Gary Ross.
Well, he's a great writer with all these different lines.
Yeah. Maybe something like good about being comedic type, something that feel good comedy type.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, even though even sometimes Gary Ross later filmed in 2012 because he directed one of the highest grossing movie in 2012 is the first Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that offline, yeah.
You ever read the Saw Hunger Games?
No, I never read it. I just knew that I just knew that in the 2010s that Jennifer Lawrence was in it, or Jennifer.
Jennifer Lawrence made her a star.
Yeah. That's all I know about it. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Montage of teachers talking to David's classes. For those of you young at college next year, the chance of finding a good job will actually be decreased by the time you graduate. Just like teachers talking about, like in the beginning of the earlier film. Skip, I don't know if I ever told you this before, but I think that you're just about the keenest girl in the whole school. Oh, really, Skip? The keenest?
oh, okay.
And then at the end of the movie, now everything's all colorful about the husband and wife don't know what to do about after everything's changed about because they thought about they say something like something that then all of a sudden when the cameras will swipe back and forth what get the husband to think about it. Hold on a second, there's like so what's going to happen now? I don't know. Do you know what's going to happen now? No. I don't. When the camera focus switched back and forth from William H. Macy and then to Joan Allen, and then Joan Allen after all the thinking, it switched. Then the camera moves back. Instead, William was taken over by Jeff Daniels. I guess I don't either, because that's what I thought about. Instead of she doesn't love her husband, now she wants to have like some kind of recasting type of instead it goes to Jeff Daniels.
Oh, that's it. That's interesting.
It's just like about it's something they want. It's just like all this from the soap opera type of instead of they getting tired about the same character, they want to switch others. A different relationship.
Right. Exactly. So if anybody's liking our discussion about this movie, don't forget to click that like button on your page for us.
All right. And so, see, Jennifer, I still see why we're doing this, because we're supposed to be in school. We're supposed to be at home, David. We're supposed to be in color. Playing it. Okay. God.
Okay.
Where's our lawyer? I think we want to keep these proceedings as pleasant as possible. Because in Pleasantville, they don't have a legal stuff in Pleasantville.
Wait, what kind of legal stuff?
Because in the sitcom, it's only just a sitcom, but in Pleasantville, they don't have any lawyers or something no legal episodes.
Interesting. I'm not sure about the whole legal aspect of all that. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Like in the courtroom scene.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah.
It was so amazing, Dad. I was like, so my mom's going to be out of town. And he was like, yeah, well, maybe we could. And I was like, yeah, sure. He was like, cool. I don't know. He was so smart.
Okay.
TV repairman. I'm getting a little concerned about what I'm seeing on some of these reruns. And TV repairman. Well, it looks like we're going to have another sunny day. High 72, low 72, not a cloud in the sky. In the Pleasantville, it's always been sunnier, but with no change of weather.
Right.
Until the rainstorm changes.
And they never experienced the rainstorm before. Wow.
Yeah. And that's why they order the same at the malt shop. They order the same food. They repeat what they said. It's like you're in a robotic world type.
Unfortunately, the 2020s have become way too robotic for my taste.
Yeah, even on YouTube, there's some more AI replacements.
Yeah, I totally skip robotic channels. If I go to a YouTube channel, I want to hear a real human's voice and not a robot.
Or imagine about the facial replacement, each scenes about where they thought the idea about the deep fake moment.
Don't even get me started on deep fake.
Well, I sent you a clip on YouTube of WhatsApp about the deep fake moment of Hulk.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of wearing that red thing. It's not slutty. It's fun. Right. Look at Jennifer's. I like the line that said, "Look at me, I'm pasty," where they actually teleport to that sitcom world with the black and white.
Oh, okay. Nice.
This is it'd be finally what they want to be in it.
Yeah.
Not to be into that. David and Howard are eating lunch at school and studying for the Pleasantville trivia competition. Okay, in the very first Pleasantville episode, whose window did Bud break when he was playing with his father's golf clubs? Easy, Mr. Jenkins. What job did Mr. Jenkins have? Howard doesn't know. Salesman. What did Bud and Barry Sue name the cat they found in the gutter? Scouts? Marmalades. All right. Here's one. Why did their parents come home early from their week at the lake? Howard doesn't know. Because Bud didn't answer the phone. They were worried about him. Man, you're unbelievable. You'll win this thing for sure. When is it on? Marathon starts at 6:30. Contest tomorrow at noon. $1,000, huh? And it's on all night? Well, of course it is, Howard. That's why they call it the marathon.
Yeah, I like how a lot of these lines are written. Like the writer and director or whatever. Like the lines of this movie, it's really something else. If you guys We want to know what you guys want. So in the comment section down below, let us know what kind of stuff you want us to cover in the future on as far as movies are concerned. Comment what you want us to cover, and if we like it, we'll cover it for you.
Okay. Comment to that.
Yeah, comment. I'm asking the audience to comment what they want to see from us.
All right. Something about what other plans of a upcoming movies. So if we want to relearn the. We comment.
I told you the only one major upcoming movie that I'm really interested in. Outside of that, the next one next to that, which is coming out April 25th, because I saw the first one back in 2016 with my dad. 2025, the Ben Affleck's coming out now with The Accountant 2.
Accountant, oh yeah.
Yeah, I might go to see that by myself at the end of April.
All right. And by the way, for other future project for Bill podcasts, if you know about William H. Macy, the one you saw plays the father, do you ever see the classic Fargo movie?
I've heard of 1996. I've heard of it. I never watched it or got into it. But I've seen him in Shameless, the TV show.
And other roles he plays in, like there's one that he's in Seabiscuit, and also he plays in like Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, he was Yeah, he was in Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, I mostly just.
And recently he stars in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, he's in that also. Wow. Yeah, I mostly just know him as the dad from Shameless.
Yeah, and sometimes and also he's in with Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
Oh, he's in Air Force One. Okay, yeah. Air Force One. You said Harrison Ford. Just to keep this current, everybody, Harrison Ford is what plays the recasted character in the Captain America 4.
Yeah, that's a replacement from the William Hurt.
Yeah, replacing William Hurt there. Yeah, Captain America. It's getting some bad press.
Some kind of woke moment.
Oh, we don't want woke.
And compare something. And the movie's very compared to the Trump administration type.
I like Trump, so I don't know what you mean. But I like Reagan movie. I like Trump, so I don't know.
Sorry, there's someone calling.
Oh, the call coming in. Everybody, a call's coming in. We're taking care of the call. I like President Donald Trump, 45, 47. I like Reagan. I don't care if they're whoever they're. There's the call again. I don't. That's how you know this is live, people. That channel, or whatever they call it. What did you text me? What was the name of these people?
Golden Raspberry Awards.
The which raspberry?
Yeah.
Wait. What was the word before raspberry?
Golden.
Oh, golden, yeah. Whoever the golden raspberry, I will disagree with everything you say. I don't know who you are, but I don't like you people. But anyway, back to Pleasantville, not to get too sidetracked. What else do you think the audience should know about Pleasantville?
Well, sometimes Pleasantville, they had like a good theme about it. They had a very good theme about for Pleasantville. Like,
that's it. That's great. Yeah, let's get into the themes. What would you say the themes are about the theme?
The Pleasantville themes are repression, change, and imperfection.
That's a good way to explain all those. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Pleasantville explores how change is inevitable, even if it seems frightening. Film celebrates the transcendence of the 1950s by adopting the values of the 60s, such as feminism. Imperfection. Pleasantville conveys that traditional perfection isn't what we should strive for, but rather allowing ourselves to be imperfect. Without imperfection, we can never truly understand what it means to be happy.
Wow, I like how you explained all that. That explains a lot. Wow.
Repression. Pleasantville explores both internal and external repression. The film's timeless quality that avoids a specific reference makes it a potent allegory for teenagers.
I like how you just explained that right there. Before you go into more detail and more about all that, I just want to make another little side comment. The shortest ever podcast that Avi and I ever did was back in April of 2022 on Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles that we worked on. That was Blazing Saddles was not only the shortest one we've ever done, but also the only one that we ever got to do working on record in person next to each other. Unfortunately, because you live too far away for me to find how to get to you, and vice versa. Unfortunately, but we got to do that in a building together in person. And the reason I'm mentioning that real quick is because sometime I don't know what month, date, or time yet exactly, but sometime in the future, I'm gonna have my rabbi also talk about Blazing Saddles in probably a longer format than 32 minutes, but I just want to get all that out there. So watch out for Blazing Saddles Talk with my rabbi, and it's the shortest podcast Avi and I ever did, and the only one that we ever got to shoot right next to each other. But I just wanted to mention that real quick. But now a bit more into some of the more themes.
Well, some of the more themes about also had the music theme that has a good score soundtrack scored by Randy Newman.
Oh, okay. Randy Newman. What else is he known for?
Well, he's a singer-songwriter, like the one he did, I Love L.A. and something that he's a very piano player, but he's known for scores like from the Toy Story and the James the Giant Peach and some Pixar movies like Bugs Life and Monsters Incorporated, and also he composed the music Parenthood and something like a little. A feel-good type of
Parenthood. That reminds me, man, they're actually working like a few 20 years afterwards. Remember we talked about this? I think we talked about this in a podcast or two before. But with the Freakier Friday coming out.
Oh yeah, Freaky Friday sequel there.
Yeah, they're actually getting that actress that's around our age.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis to back together for that Freakier Friday. Hey, Jamie Lee Curtis. Can you please tell us the status of True Lies 2, please? Sorry, I have to get True Lies 2 in there. Let's make it happen, Hollyweird. True Lies Part 2, while you guys are still alive. But yeah, this movie, yeah, I like how you described all the themes of this movie. I like how they mix between black and white and color, sunny to rain.
And then there's some changes, like they had the words in it, and they have lovemaking.
All of it, yeah. Yeah, especially since the in the sitcom they don't know what lovemaking and sex is all about. Yeah.
And also about and a good scene they have a basketball player about they should throw some baskets to hoops only one time in sequence.
Wait, which what happened with it? Say it again.
In a basketball scene, the one about they show us about they each get a perfect shot. All they throw the balls together.
What happened after the perfect shot?
It's a good moment, after Skip feels like he felt love before, but he actually missed the hook. He missed the shot. So that people, the players scatter back, and they never saw it's their first miss.
Oh, that's interesting. A miss of a shot. Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah, it's never happened before.
Wow. So it sounds like this small town is learning a lot of stuff in this movie.
Yeah. Something very small stuff that be scared about. They don't know, but one of you suspect the siblings who thought this were part of the show is they want to keep changing up.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It's like what happened being changed about a sitcom series, later sitcom like in the 70s. They want to do something even mature.
Right, exactly.
Like something very bad topic thing.
Right. Well, there's a lot of sitcoms from the 70s that they would not allow to be remade today.
Yeah, like one in the lifetime or something like that.
What was it called?
There's one sitcom that's made back in the 70s that they already remade it in the Netflix.
What was it called?
Once in a lifetime or something.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that show, but okay.
Right. And so also about even sometimes I hope I got everything I covered or something.
Say that last part again.
I got everything covered.
You got most of it covered?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, we just reached 39 minutes in. We just reached a little over 39 minutes in. Since you covered most of it, we'll give your both of our grades for it, and then your final thoughts and opinions on the movie.
Well, grade could be like A-.
You give it an A minus. Okay, that's a pretty good grading. I'll give it a I'll give it either an A or a B plus. And yeah, but I think your A minus is very target well with that. And what are your final thoughts on Pleasantville for the audience?
Sometimes if you live in a town or a community about that, it's like very like tight knit, and something that wanted to be like a very normal times. Something you had to repress yourself. So I want something new about like something like to change things. So it's just like a fairy. It's like a very fairy tales. It's like Pleasantville sounds like a modern fairy tales about if you come into the next world and you want to change something like a new life.
So
a new life.
Wait. So kind of break that down. What are you trying to say with all that?
If you live in sometimes where you live about like it's all the same thing what you've been doing, like asking your same meals and same books you're reading. But you decide, I want something new, like something that you want to go for, like something to change your life.
I kind of get what you're saying with all that. Yeah, I think that's a really well said thing about your overall thoughts about the movie at the end. I think that is a nice way to describe.
It's like what we're facing now. Like if all that we have is like a physical media, now everything is we've been invaded by the streaming service.
Oh, let's talk about that for a sec. Yeah, so streaming has messed up a lot of things, and on a lot of streaming things, they'll take off a bunch of programs and shows without telling the audience, and then the audience is screwed. Whereas if they just kept the physical media before the streaming, they wouldn't even have to worry about all that.
Yeah. Like we don't know about that. We ever could see about like. Why not? Could they because we worry about now the.
I don't think physical media is ever going to go away completely. I think a lot of people are fed up with streaming and will end up trying to go back to physical media.
Like even you go to a library about that, ask for interlibrary loan to request from the other out-of-state library to know where they could get requested from.
Yeah, you just go. Yeah, you just go to your local library, request something, and it might be available for you in physical media. Whereas streaming is going to screw a lot of people over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even sometimes like you decide about like we worry about like some of the DVD get like out of date or a bad scratch or something that's hard to clean it up with.
Well, then just take good care of the disc so that the disc doesn't get corrupted. I guess I don't know.
Right.
But it's still, that disc that's corrupted is probably still going to be, if it can get fixed, can do a lot better than the nonsense that is streaming, in my opinion.
Alright.
Yeah. But I hope you liked all of Avi's thoughts and opinions, quotes, and different themes, and all deep into us talking about Pleasantville. We just decided recently to cover, Pleasantville for you guys. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess that's about it for now.
Yeah, it's almost a little late for us. Like.
Well, you always set these up for 7:30 instead of 6:30 or 7. I'm just going with the time you give me. We could do it before 7:30, but you always say 7:30.
Yeah, because it's perfect time because I'll be back because of my services at the
that's right, with services and all. Right. Well, like I said, once it starts getting warmer out, I'm going to be spending a lot more time at the park. So, but we're just doing some. We're just going to be hopefully doing some. How do you say? What was it called? Movies anniversary specials on movies that were from a bit ago. Hopefully, other than that, hopefully we both get to enjoy Mission Impossible as well to come out. But yeah, that's good though. Praying is an important thing. But yeah.
Oh yeah, we made Trade Macy other roles he's in about other roles he's in the searching for Bobby Fischer and the one about the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, like the one with the Boogie Nights and Magnolia.
Yeah, William H. Macy is a very good actor.
Yeah, something like character type of role.
Yeah, he's like a character actor, but he's just good in all kinds of stuff. And I know him mainly as the dad from Shameless, and yes, but he's in a whole bunch of movies as well. That's true.
And also we have to dedicate this movie for Gene and Michelle.
Yeah, Yes, yes, that's very true. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. So Michelle was actually yesterday, and then Gene was this morning. So right now, we're going to give a quick acknowledgement of thanks to the works and lives of actress Michelle Trachtenberger. She's part of the tribe like us, Russian American Jewish, and yeah, Michelle Trachtenberger from yesterday. Yesterday we lost her, and then from what'd you say? Age right? Wasn't it age 95? 95 for Gene Hackman, and we're still unsure on his exact cause of death. But yeah, rest in peace to Michelle Trachtenberger and legendary actor Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay, and hopefully we'll see you in the summertime for a few other movies to talk about.
Yeah, even if I have my thoughts about something like
No, wait, I'm sorry. Your thoughts about what exactly? Say it again.
movie ideas that we could talk about.
We could try. I mean, whatever. If you have something, we could talk about it. Maybe, possibly.
Like maybe a School of Rock or something.
I never got into that. I never got into School of Rock.
Jack Black and directed by Richard Linklater type.
I never got into School of Rock, but I did. But that reminds me though. I never got into School of Rock, but that actor you meant. That actor you mentioned from School of Rock is in 1998's Will Smith Enemy of the State, which also does have Gene Hackman and Jack Rock and Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State. That was a great movie. Gene Hackman and Jack Black. I liked Enemy of the State.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole other movie to get paranoid about. But yeah, I know Jack Black because Enemy of the State was one of Jack Black's first movies.
Yeah. Well, Jack Black actual first movie is like he's like in his early role in the Jack Black first acting debut is actually with Tim Robbins in '92 movie called the one was a political satire of the movie Bob Roberts.
What was it called?
Bob Roberts.
Oh yeah, I never saw that. That's even earlier than the '98 one. Yeah, I never saw that.
And also he's in the movie like the one with the Demolition Man about the one that the Sylvester grabbed the gun, the underground scene. It's a blink and you miss.
Wait, what happens in a blink and a miss? What happens real quick?
Jack Black was in
yeah, I didn't see him in any of that stuff.
And also he's in Mars Attack. He's in Mars Attack.
Oh, that too? Okay. Yeah, the only earliest thing I've seen him in was in the good movie I mentioned. But okay. Any last words for the audience before we start to conclude this?
Make something like a good place at Technicolor, but I heard that Technicolor is about to be out of business.
Wait, are you saying Technicolor in reference to Pleasantville?
Pleasantville, but I meant the company.
Oh, what's happening with the company?
They're facing bankrupt.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Because without the Technicolor, we'll be watching a whole film of very sepia tone, like Wizard of Oz type.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to get into the Wizard of Oz, but you're saying something in regards to Technicolor?
Yeah, if you know, you check what I meant. Check up online.
Okay, something about Technicolor. Got you. All right, yeah. So you talked about Jack Black right there. So that's great. Thanks for coming on today, making the time to talk about Pleasantville. I think this is a really deep dive into Pleasantville that I hope everybody gets a lot from you with this.
All right.
Support your local movie theater, everybody, throughout the decade of the 2030s, which is now only 5 years away, to experience a cinematic experience like no other at AMC Movies with Avi and Ben, we see that with a community of strangers. Why? Because we talked about this with streaming and physical media, because streaming movies like Amazon, and what was the other one you called? Roku? Tubi, Rookie, Tubi, any of these all these apps to watch movies streaming on your computer at home with Tuki and Rookie. It's just not the same thing as AMC, big theatrical, though we could go with a little less Nicole Kidman. Because, stop having 30 minutes of previews before the actual movie, but that's a whole other story. And, everybody dance and have a good time. This has been friend and co-host Avi and Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. We're signing out till the summer of 2025.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Talk to you soon.